Hi guys, this is Jordan here from Overland and welcome back to my channel. So 2 months ago I applied some plasti-dip on my back windows, and in today's video we're gonna see how it held up over time. Stay tuned. Okay, so 2 months ago I plasti-dipped my windows, and you were a lot to tell me in the comment section that maybe it wasn't the best idea in terms of durability, and most of all that my plasti-dip application wasn't very good. And I'm not gonna lie, I do agree with that. Okay, so for the last 2 months, the plasti-dip I've been through heavy rain, but also heavy sun. And more lately, for my last video, I went on an adventure and I drove on a very, very narrow track with a lot of branches. So the plasti-dip took some beating with the branches. And after that, I also went to the car wash and washed it with a high pressure washer. So after all of this, let's have a closer look at it now. So as you just saw, the two sides are pretty much in the same shape after 2 months, but I'm pretty sure you noticed this bottom corner here, which is a bit ripped off. And I'm gonna tell you why. The thing is, after applying my plasti-dip, I had to cut all along the masking tape, because the layer was also covering this masking tape. And the problem I had on those particular corners here happened with the window sills, because under them they had some water, and this water went under my fresh layer of plasti-dip, and this is why the plasti-dip didn't stick to the glass. And to make it even worse, it kept raining after that. And honestly, I was so mad that it didn't perfectly work, that I was just kept peeling off until this point. But after that we had some pretty sunny and crazy hot days, and when I saw that the heat was actually making the plasti-dip gripping the window again, I was really mad at me, because if I waited just a bit, it would have been actually a pretty nice or decent finish. Anyway, a lot better than this. Also, what I could have done is actually dry it and keep the water away with a heat gun or a hair dryer. And the little scratches you saw here is actually the same story. Water under it, and I just scrub it until it's gone, but now there's no more water under it. So if I scrap it, it won't peel off anymore because it's fully dry and really stick to the window. About the look, it was a bit weird at first, I think because the Forester have really big windows, and also because I wasn't used to it. But now I really love it, and actually I'm pretty glad I did it. Now about branches and scratches. If you saw my last video, you know that I drove on very, very narrow tracks with a lot of branches, a lot of trees, so I couldn't avoid scratches. You can see what it did on my paint, and you can definitely see the marks on the plasti-dip as well. But it didn't make any damage, it didn't make holes, it didn't rip it off, so that's a very good point. Now about the high pressure wash. So I didn't went crazy on it, I was like, I think 15 centimeters away from it, which I think it's already pretty close for a high pressure wash. But the plasti-dip still there, it didn't went anywhere. You can actually nicely clean it, and after that is back to a clean deep black. Okay, and another nice feature about the plasti-dip is that if something hard scratch your plasti-dip, you can fix it by applying more plasti-dip. And good news, I have some plasti-dip left on my cans, so this is something we're gonna try together today. Because let's be honest, those corners I peeled off and those little scratches here don't look really good. So I'm gonna try to fix that. I'm not gonna apply an entire layer over everything, but I'm just gonna fill those spots here, and that's because I don't have enough plasti-dip left. So we're gonna see how it goes and especially how it looks after this fix. Let's try it. And here is the result. So no, it's not perfect, and once again that's because of my bad plasti-dip application. And if you want to roast me in the comment section for that, okay, you can do it, I'm not gonna be mad. But the real purpose of it was to actually test the fixability, is that even a word, of the plasti-dip. And it works. The corners are not ripped off anymore, the holes are filled, it's one entire and almost smooth layer of plasti-dip, and that's absolutely awesome. That's easy to do, pretty straightforward, and does the job. So nice feature for the plasti-dip. So what we have learned with this plasti-dip on Windows experience, it's time for the key points. For Windows like mine, 5 layers is the bare minimum. For a smooth finish, a good application is needed. But if you want a texture finish, just like me, you can also do it. You don't want any water under your plasti-dip. So when applying on a window, you want to be very careful with the window sills, especially if it rained the day before. If, unfortunately, you have water under your plasti-dip, just dry it out with a heat gun or a hair dryer. You can also just wait to dry it naturally with some sun on it. Don't worry, it will stick back. The plasti-dip on windows can hold on scraping from branches, and the plasti-dip on windows can also hold on high pressure wash. You can fix the scratches if you have some just by applying a bit more of plasti-dip. And something we saw in my previous video, if you do your windows like me, it's gonna look pretty bad on the inside, even if it's fully black on the outside. This is something you can go around maybe with applying 10 layers on each windows. That's twice the layers I did on mine. The problem is it's gonna get really expensive in plasti-dip with 10 layers on each side. So, as a conclusion, I want to say that plasti-dipping your rear windows is a nice and affordable solution if you dig this panel look or for some extra privacy. I just want to mention that the plasti-dip is not really easy to apply, and don't forget that it depends on your application, but it's probably not gonna look very good on the inside. So at the end, I'm very glad I did it, even though a lot of people told me not to. It does the job pretty well. I've actually discovered the plasti-dip, I've learned a lot about it, and most of all I've put together those 2 videos to help you guys if you want to go that way, or if you needed a closer look at it before doing it. So I really hope these videos have been helpful. If you like them, please subscribe to my channel. You can also check my Instagram account, my Facebook page, and my merch store. And if you want to support me in another way, I also have a Patreon page. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next week.